And that's what Kuznetsova will have to do when she has the opportunity in this match.
Here's Kurumi Nara's road. We saw Kuznetsova do quite a bit of that last challengers and qualies last year. Sharp angle on the cross.
Because I was curious to see her play, and she moves well, and she's a great counterpuncher. So it'll be interesting to see how she handles Kuznetsovan's power.
Well, you mentioned, Donald, that match against
beautiful forehand, that crisp.
Yeah, Sveta stopped as if she was fairly sure that ball was going out. And on her fourth chance, Kuznetsova does get the break and leads 2-1. They sit down for the first.
There's the power of Kuznetsova.
A statement from Nara, not buckling under the pressure of the early break, gets it right back for 2-all.
just great court sense and court presence there from Nara. Taking that ball early again, time and time again, trying to stay on top of the baseline. You see her there, and then you think she'd be going for the big hit, and just takes all the pace off of that shot. Really.
Nothing sluggish about that footwork from Kuznetsova, who's been showing us her defensive brilliance all week long in D.C. and uses it there to earn her.
The question.
Great touch, boy. Really mix that up. You think she's going to whack the forehand and she drops the ball over.
Yeah, this is a smart play, using the full court and some of the variety that Kuznetsova.
Third break of the opening set seals it for Kuznetsova, 6-3, and it has been a return clinic for the Russian. Kuznetsova, 4 years without a title. She's now a set away from breaking that schneid.
We're going into our 60th year, and for the past 25 years, the 12th grade and graduate high school. We're not just focused on the preschool or middle school or high school. We try to get them very early.
It's a double fault for TEF does, and I know the USTA has honored you, Eleni, and the foundation as one of the top learning foundations for tennis in the country, and just congratulations again on all the work that you do for the children of our community.
Thank you so much, Brett, and thank you for all your support throughout the years, because you have always been there for us, and we very much appreciate it.
It's my honor, and Donald's the guy who's started it up. Here's a chance for Nara to put the second set back on serve.
13-14.
He's broken once. Sveta 4 times.
And this is the strength of the Nara game. On
brave second serve. That ball hit the line and hopped wide on Nara.
That's it. You have to have the wireless. You have to have the mic so it can be heard.
Well, I have noticed that some of the coaches have found where the bat.
And again,
terrific for him.
And that is an excellent point. But it's tough work to do that point in and point out for Nara, but she works very hard with the footwork to get in position, to hit the forehand, which is
wow.
It's just too.
And Nara does get the break, so down a set and a break. She returns the second set to even terms.
It on the big stage until then. And that was at a time when there were a
Nadia Petrova. And as we mentioned, Dementieva in the final. Safina was near her prime at that stage. The Russian tennis was in a renaissance then. Meskina.
That's right. It was 5 out of the top 10.
They
probably were Russian.
Yeah, they were something.
Nara has done well here from love 40 down on her serve. Get back to deuce.
Another winner off the groundie. 2 in a row. She is really using the pace of Kuznetsova to her own advantage here.
She is, and the minute Kuznetsova becomes a little too predictable, Nara makes her pay, changing the direction beautifully there.
Ooh. Totally off the rails from a break up in this second set to a break down. Gotta point to the
But I also think in the middle of points for Kuznetsova, she has been able. And that caught. But we've seen today the coaches come out and really work to help change the fortunes of their players. And Kuznetsova's coach, she was helped at 3-2 in that a little bit. In the early part of the set.
And boy, she's attacking any short ball. It's a little tired effort.
Holds her nerve, holds her serve at love, and forces a final set. Nara on the ropes in the first set, totally rebounds in the second, and now it's Kuznetsova who appears at sea. The final in DC goes the distance. Back with set number 3 in just a moment.
And then take a shower and change clothes.
You can. It's allowed.
That's what I mean. I think it's absurd.
Well, I think it was Victoria Azarenka who kind of blew the cover of the whole.
I think the crowd's going to be from there.
Well, I think they got a little bit, I wouldn't say frustrated, but some people in the crowd didn't really like that long of a break that Kuznetsova took. And Nara, this is a good recovery in the first point of her service.
Nara goes down.
a little bit. Oh, that's nicely hit.
Beautiful return. I love the way she fights. She just looks gritty as you watch her play.
And she stayed with that ball. Difficult shot, bringing that up the line. And that's the type of
you get the feeling that
Nara is not going away. Oh, that's well struck.
great rally. She loves that pace, boy. She plays off that speed so well.
Well, and she's hitting the ball, Nara, so much more confidently, driving through the ball, controlling the point and controlling play. That last shot was a beauty.
It's a very average approach, maybe ill-advised.
Well, the approach was too short in the court. It didn't move Nara enough, and it was a little bit tricky because Kuznetsova kind of second-guessed taking this ball on the rise and just didn't get enough pace on it. But great play from Nara. Really kept her head down. Nara really can't afford to have any letdowns.
He catches one, if not both, lines.
And there have been a handful of shots in this match where Kuznetsova has hoped the ball was going to go out, and it hasn't. Did not make a move at all.
I think Nara just keeps hanging.
Nara looks like the more confident player out there. Looks like she understands exactly how she wants to dictate in the early stages of these points, and she's stepping in on top of that baseline and not. And that's taking the second serve on the rise.
On a big point, just attacking your opponent.
You were saying yesterday of all the strengths of Svet's second serve.
Beautiful all-court rally there. She stays in the point. Nara's been winning many of these rallies, but not this one.
Well, that was one of the few times where it wasn't a good shot selection from.
That's the perfect example of what you're talking about, a short second serve. You mentioned much earlier in the match.
It's keeping Kuznetsova off balance.
Pass up the line was good enough.
And that's the pace that Kuznetsova is able to generate. She has that little extra visibly emotionally. Maybe she's just
11 minutes. It's a long time.
And Kuznetsova finally gets the hold, and that's a well-earned fist pump on the ropes there for a moment. Out of gas, it appears. Well, she has put herself on the doorstep. The 4-year drought is over for Svetlana Kuznetsova, winner in D.C.
6-3, 4-6, 6-4.
I would say she's pretty happy.
Well, that reaction says it all. The joy, the relief, probably more than anything, to have that monkey off of her back. But also just being healthy and being able to finish out a tournament being the champion. It's not every day that you have that opportunity.
You could see